This is our dessert counter, and all of the jewelry I kind of handpick and put together thinking what people might like to buy as a little gift or accessorize their wardrobe with. But the dessert counter is filled with costume jewelry, so it's all appropriate for traveling. And sometimes we'll do themes with things, like we'll do shell clip-ons or little diamond studs. But the whole collection is ongoing, and it's just a collection that I put together, and it has always been part of our inventory. And while some people wear only real jewelry, which I can appreciate, when you're traveling, it's just very hard to keep up with real jewelry. So nice pieces to travel with, and also to have gift wrapped and brought home to people as little trinkets of your New Orleans trip. Better than a t-shirt. Bracelets are so pretty. We have hair ornaments, a lot of earrings. During the summer, we sell a lot of hoop earrings. And of course, the brooches have become very popular because even the men are wearing them on their lapels. I'll show you one I think is kind of fun. This is just an ongoing collection. I go to trade shows and have relationships with people who build our collection over the years, and just kind of stumble on the categories that work for us. And right now people are buying a lot of earrings, a lot of bracelets, and a lot of brooches. So this is our collection now. When I first started, chains were really big, and I can remember in 1969 our chains were like $2 to $5, and people would just buy them constantly because that was a really new component in costume jewelry. So this is a variation of a chain that we're doing now in gold and silver, and kind of like a lariat. And fun. Very reasonable. The jewelry is not expensive, and again, always gift wrapped for little gifts. Jewelry is, well, I think of who's going to wear the jewelry, who's going to buy the jewelry when I'm selecting it. So seasonally right now, people are looking for a little bit of color in their wardrobe, or basic hoops, just things that are light. And then in the holiday time, we will sell more colored stones for people to wear with their ball gowns. For Mardi Gras, we'll sell larger earrings. But right now, people are just kind of picking up light things for the summer. Well, I love New Orleans, and I think the thing I love most about New Orleans is not just the food, it's the people. People embrace one another here. We beg to connect. If you stand in the line at the grocery store and just talk to somebody as you're waiting for your turn to check out, you kind of learn to connect with people. You'll find some kind of common thread that you know somebody, or you went to school with somebody, or whatever else, but people beg to connect. And it's really a wonderful situation, especially as long as I've been in business since '69. People will come in and say, well, my mother bought this, or my aunt bought this, or my daughter got this, and wore it for such and such an occasion. And maybe somebody will come in and say they saw it on somebody. But it's that whole connecting thing in New Orleans. And we're always making references for things we like to do, places we like to go, places we like to eat, places we like to dine. So we like to share all the good things about New Orleans. We are getting so many people from out of state, out of the country, as visitors to New Orleans. And New Orleans as a destination is a very affordable place to visit. There are restaurants at every price point with good food. The public transportation is wonderful. The St. Charles Avenue streetcar is $1.25, and it's the most beautiful ride, 80 blocks down St. Charles Avenue. It's just lots of fun. So think about visiting New Orleans. 4th of July weekend is Friday, so it'll be a nice long weekend if you care to visit the city. Labor Day weekend. We always get a lot of out-of-town people over Thanksgiving also. But it's wonderful to visit, and a lot going on, a lot of good music during the summer. So please come see us. You know, sometimes everything kind of sticks to you, and you don't want to do that. So this is the secret. Use a little hairspray on your legs or on the lining of the slip or the dress, and it'll free you of the static. So keep that in mind. This is the hairspray I use, Tresemme. And whatever hairspray you have, just a little hairspray, it will work nicely. You know, our Magic Pant collection also comes in denim, and this is the most beautiful denim that we sell. A nice basic for the summer or your white pants. Somehow or another around 4th of July, it's always nice to have your white pants. So we have a variety of different styles, white jeans, white bells, and just a good basic for the summer. Easy to wash, easy to care for. You have a lot of things to go with it, and it kind of lightens up your wardrobe. I feel we wear so much black that to have the white pant is really a nice thing. And of course our $59 cotton sweaters cover the upper part of the hips. So don't worry about white expanding your behind because the sweaters or the overblouses are a little bit longer. These are our accordion pleated skirts, and on me they're very long. On most people they'd be probably T-length, but if we need them shortened, we merely shorten them from the waistline. And remember, at Yvonne Lafleur, all alterations are free. And this could be coordinated. A fun little wardrobe. And to go with your white pants or your white jeans, this is our basic cotton sweater, 100% cotton, and it comes in a variety of colors, $59, and it's long enough to cover the upper part of your hips to your thighs. It's very comfortable. The neckline is not too high. You can wear scarves or your jewelry with it, but it's a great summer basic, and people buy one and they come back for more. And then in the fall I do the jewel tones, but we do them in navy black and sort of the black and the gold for the Saints games, and they're lots of fun. $59. Little feather purse is also kind of like another part of your jewelry component, but they're lots of fun. They kind of top outfits, great to wear for dinner because you really don't want to carry your large purse into a restaurant. And you can fit your lipstick in here, a compact with your powder. Your Yvonne Lafleur fragrance will fit in here. You don't need to bring your phone to the table for dinner. Suit. We love to accessorize it with scarves. Absolutely gorgeous. The quality is beautiful, and again, each piece can be worn separately. You can wear this to lunch, to dinner. You know, it's just very, very comfortable. Don't forget, for Super Bowl, a lot of people who are local do Super Bowl parties, so you need to have casual clothes in your closet as well as your refrigerator stocked. If you're coming to New Orleans for Super Bowl or Mardi Gras or whatever, first thing you think about are restaurants. So what do we wear as locals to restaurants? Now there are dress codes, and you will see that the local people do dress to dine, okay? There's certain restaurants that don't allow jeans. For instance, Galatoire's. It's a great place to lunch, have dinner, but you would wear something very proper there. And whether it's daytime, brunch time, or evening. This would be one of our kimonos that you could throw on top of any dress that you have. But never jeans at Galatoire's. Then we have a local restaurant, which is wonderful. Frank Brightson has gotten all kinds of acclaim. He's a wonderful chef. It's right in our neighborhood, a block from our store. And locals go there very casually, or they're dressed, but it's very welcoming. Food is wonderful. my top suggestion in my neighborhood. And then this would be an easy travel dress for dinner. And then a lot of ladies prefer their arms to be covered. So this is a pretty dinner dress here. It comes in several colors. And we've shown it with costume jewelry. It's a little bit easier to travel with costume jewelry rather than your real jewelry. Velvets are wonderful this time of the year. They're nice and warm, pretty, and velvet feels wonderful. And you can wear velvet through Mardi Gras weekend. Some people would dine in New Orleans before they go to a Mardi Gras ball, so they might have a 5 o'clock dinner. So they'd be all dressed up in the restaurant, ready for the ball. Of course, Commander's Palace is wonderful to visit. It's in the Garden District. It's accessible by our St. Charles Avenue streetcar, as our store is. The Chafalaya, which is a local fun restaurant. These are just some of the restaurants that I go to. And then one of my favorites is in my neighborhood. I'm on Hampson Street, and this one's on Maple Street. And when you order the protein, whether it's fish or meat, you get 3 vegetables with it. Beautiful. So those are some of my favorites. If you're coming to with our merchandise, especially our sportswear as well as our coats, we like to show people different scarves to kind of change things a little bit. It adds drama to your wardrobe. The long scarves can be worn in many ways. You can knot them like this and attach them to the shoulder and let it flow. And a lot of people want to know how to wear their scarves. They collect scarves and from different trips, or they've received them as gifts. And so I will show you a basic way to wear a scarf that you will really enjoy and not lose it. Okay? These are my silk scarves. They also make wonderful gifts. So if you were traveling, to have a beautiful scarf to kind of change your black clothes around. Okay, this is how you wear the scarf, and this is wonderful. You fold it into a triangle, and you keep folding it. And then you do sort of a loop knot. And you can wear it to fill in a neckline, like that, and it's going to stay. Isn't it comfortable? You just pull it off, maintains your knot. You can do a lot with it. Now, taking care of your scarves, keep in mind a wonderful thing to do is to pull them out and try to think of when you bought them, where you bought them, when you received them, and iron them and stack them up in your cupboard. But take good care of your scarves. They're really, really wonderful. They also make nice gifts for someone. If you're coming to New Orleans, it's wonderful to purchase a scarf, and we gift wrap beautifully. It's nice to wear a scarf with your coat. It kind of protects the collar, the neckline. If you have just a plain sweater and pants, maybe our magic pants and our sweater, it's nice to add a scarf to it. It brings drama to your face if you're sitting at a restaurant to have a nice colorful scarf, pretty earrings, jewelry. Those are the kind of things that are just kind of fun. Now, Jackie O was known to wear lots of scarves, and if you weren't wearing them in your hair, you tied them in your handbag. So another way to add color to your wardrobe. We have a beautiful selection of Lancaster handbags also, which make nice Valentine gifts. The lady always loves a beautiful new handbag. Jackie, right now people are starting to think of what they'll be wearing for Kentucky Derby. And this would be a most extravagant hat for that. This is our largest brim. Not the easiest hat to wear because you kind of have to stand a bit away from somebody wearing it. But we do the hats for teas, for luncheons. This time of the year we're doing for a lot of the Mardi Gras girls. We have teas This would typically be a felt one that we do. This is a very popular color combination in France right now. So you kind of have an idea of the different styles we do, and we can do very simple trims, or we can do unbelievable trims. The felt hats go particularly pretty with your winter coats and furs, so if you want a winter hat, consider that to be what you would start with, what goes with your coat, your suits, your furs. We do a lot of winter white felt. These are pansies, and then the curly ostrich, beautiful mauve ribbon. Come in and have a hat made. Right, there's always netting that we can add to it to expand the drama. Because it is all about drama. It's sort of the topping on the cake. See how pretty that is. It just kind of sort of like decorating a cake. So that would be one look. All year long we do felts and straws because people come in and they know the events that they're going to, and so they may want to have a hat for either season, summer or for winter, or for travel. You're visiting New Orleans, to take away something that you bring home that reminds you of your trip to New Orleans, and I suggest having a hat made if you have a special occasion, or perhaps our perfume, so that every time you wear those, it reminds you of all your good times that you had while you were visiting New Orleans. When you're a piece of art, especially part of your decor for funerals, and this would typically be a hat that I would suggest because it gives you some privacy. You have your square crown. You don't have to wear glasses. But people do buy hats for funerals, and this has the pointe-d'esprit lace on it, satin ribbon. This is the shape of hat that Audrey wore at breakfast at Tiffany's, but I've gussied it up with silk flower, pointe-d'esprit netting, a little bit hanging. And black and white is always fun for the races. It's a little piece of Mardi Gras time in New Orleans, and there's so many activities, and what's wonderful about Mardi Gras in New Orleans is there's something for everyone. So whatever your cup of tea is, there's something for you, whether it's just watching the parade, bringing the children to the daytime parades, or perhaps going to the Mardi Gras balls. So the appropriate attire is a floor-length gown, which we have a beautiful selection of. Important to have your formal wear organized, because as the season rolls along, you never know how many balls you might get invited to. And you do have to be invited. And you receive the invitation, and sometimes there's a call-out card in there for a dance with a member on the floor. So you want to have something that really swishes around the dance floor beautifully. Mardi Gras is just very special to New Orleans because there is something for everyone. And it's very important that if you do get invited to a ball to respond promptly, because if you're not going to be in town or available, it would be proper to return the invitation to the hostess who's invited you so that she could reissue it to someone else, because the invitations for the Mardi Gras balls are very precious and people want their friends and relatives to enjoy it. It's also a nice thing for young women to start to see how Mardi Gras in New Orleans functions. So often the college girls are from out of town and they may get invited to a Mardi Gras ball and they need to know what to wear and what to expect. But there's nothing like a local who's been to many Mardi Gras balls bringing a newcomer and letting them see Mardi Gras through their eyes in the balls. It's just so exciting. It brings all the excitement and the newness back to you. With the Mardi Gras balls, there are also other things that lead up to it, like luncheons for the Queen, king. They have a night out for the guys. So there's so many things that happen corresponding that just keep the city alive all the way through the beginning of March this year. So we have a nice long season to really enjoy. And with the beautiful weather, it's particularly fun to dress up and go out. With the Mardi, it's Valentine's, and a nice thing to give the lady is a candle and our lotion. It's very luxurious, and we have it in a gift set for Valentine's. It's $80, the lotion and the candle, and it comes with a little purse-sized bottle as a little gift. And also, if you're using candles, I use candles in my home. A lot of people do what I do. They buy 3 of the same scents and they light them throughout the house in different places. And just for a short period of time, it seems to really make the house smell nicely. So rather than just one room, you may think of 3 candles. And the candle is particularly nice when you're taking a bath also. Please come by. Last minute Valentine. And my husband bought it for me, and it was a touring car. This would have typically been what Chanel would have had going to the countryside. And a touring car has, you can't see the back of it, but the top comes back off. Isn't it beautiful?
It is.
When we moved into the house we live in now, that's our yard, we had cats, and because the top was canvas, we were afraid it was going to just be damaged with the cats, so we wound up selling it. And I don't remember what we sold it for, but it recently went at an auction for $1 million. But it was just absolutely beautiful. 1938 Delage.
Wow.
Hat and lace dress, yeah.
From the store?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And this was the interior of Chanel's store, where she had the hats and different things on display.
From the film?
From the film. I like to talk about date night with your sweetheart. You know, it could be something intimate at home, but my favorite date night is a Thursday. Not so crowded as the weekend. And I love to go home after work, take a nice hot bubble bath, and get dressed beautifully and dine somewhere. I just think that's wonderful. It's a great way to kind of refresh your relationship with your sweetheart. I may look at the fashion magazines and say, well, I really don't like that. That's a good point to start with your personal style. What do you like? What has worked in your wardrobe? What do you go back to time and time again? Personal style is very, very important. You should not be sold something by a magazine or a salesperson, something that doesn't fit into your lifestyle and your image. So keep that in mind, your personal style. And a good store should help you develop a personal style. See what has worked for you in your wardrobe and go forward from there. You may look at when you're ready to buy something or for a special occasion. Remember, it's best to come in the store, try things on, be fitted. It's part of the experience. So we're doing a lot of gowns now for our course on Mardi Gras season and Mother of the Bride, a lot of weddings coming up for the summer. So we'd love you to come visit our store 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday. Alterations are free. If you're considering buying something, bring heels the appropriate height. And if you're from out of town, we will ship you the altered garment tax-free. This is our headband stand. Now, it's nice. You can sit down. There's a mirror there and try them on. We have jeweled ones, plain rhinestone, all kinds of different ones, animal ones, ponytail clips. We make great gifts. We wrap them beautifully. A lot of the brides like them for their rehearsal parties. This is our headband stand, and it's part of our fragrance department, so that's how the store flows. This is Time of the year, people are looking for an evening bag, and this has been very popular. While it's beaded, it doesn't have prongs to pick your clothes. We have them in black and silver, and you can fit your phone in it, and if you are wearing the opera-length kid gloves, you can fold them up in here, so it does accommodate everything. And also, the black would be very nice with black patent shoes and a suit also. This time we gift wrap our gift certificates, and they can be of any amount. $10, $25, $50. It's a nice start for someone to come shopping. For $50, somebody could buy hair ornaments, underwear, little things like that. Maybe a pin, a brooch, earrings. Our cubic zircon earrings are $39 for our studs, and they make a great gift. Let me show them to you. So these come in silver or gold and in different sizes, and they're beautifully set, similar to real jewelry, and they're $39, and we gift wrap them. It's a lovely gift, and they're particularly nice for traveling when you might not want to have to keep up with your fine jewelry. This is our gift wrap. What I'm wearing is part of what I call our Kate Middleton collection. It looks so much like what she would wear. It's beautiful, it's washable, it comes in winter white or black. Pretty for a bride. The suit also is very nice. This could be worn for Kentucky Derby, for Easter, for all, even to get married in. What I'm wearing is part of what I call our Kate Middleton collection. Of our evening bags. This comes with the shoulder strap also. It comes in black or gold. And these are variations. Beautiful clutches. You can fit a phone in there. They're also a nice gift. A lady can always use another evening bag. So during gift-giving season, a lot of men will buy the little handbags and put a gift certificate tucked in it. Some of the French garters, and the girls would wear them under fuller wedding dresses. They're beautiful. They're made with chantilly lace. I finished them with little pearls. Some of the ornaments that we put on the hats.
What would be interesting is to hear you speak about how you originally started with lingerie.
Dollar jeans.
Oh, $8 jeans. But then you would have lingerie fashion shows?
Yeah, sugar daddy nights.
Yeah, can you talk about those? That's so interesting.
Oh my goodness.
That would be so fun to hear.
This would have been an invitation for our sugar daddy nights. You had to make reservations, and you had to call Gigi for reservations. It was a lot of fun, 6 to 9, and we'd have a runway. It wouldn't just be lingerie, it would be all kinds of clothing, you know. But the models were customers who enjoyed modeling for us. And it was an annual event at Christmas time. So we'd have a runway, so there was, you know, you could see it, but you couldn't touch it. So they'd wear lingerie, they'd wear coats, they'd wear formals, everything. Men bought beautiful presents, and of course we gift wrapped everything, as we do today. It's wonderful to unwrap something.
And why did you stop?
Well, you know, truthfully, I stopped when my oldest child was 18 and brought his friends to ogle. I thought, no, that's really not the clientele that I need for this event. A good time, but it was a finale.
Oh my gosh, that is too funny. Because everybody who's been to it in New Orleans remembers it and speaks about your fashion show so fondly.
Right.
That you really did a good job with the events.
We did a lot of fashion shows. We'd have a fashion coordinator, and she would do all of our fashion shows. We did regular shows at restaurants, La Louisiane, Jonathan's, all kinds of restaurants.
Amazing.
These are about selecting color. Think about what makes you feel beautiful, what you feel confident wearing. That's really important. And also, you can wear more colors if you don't put them so close to your face. You own your coloring when you show more of your chest with your face. So your coloring is 3 things: hair, skin, and eyes. So make sure that if it's a color that you're kind of not so sure about, or you're just trying, have more skin show, and I think you will be able to wear more colors, add more variety to your wardrobe. About Scar has an interesting history. When I first opened the store, I kind of had an overage in inventory, so I opened 2 little stores in Mississippi, one in Gulfport and one in Ocean Springs, and I decorated the one in Gulfport, but by the time I got to the one in Ocean Springs, I had kind of run out of money. So bad storm had just happened there, so I went along Pass Road, and this bar was 75 feet long, and the gentleman told me, take any section of it you want. And so I thought it'd be a great checkout counter for a store that was basically a jean shop, a jean bar. So this is how I acquired it. And I would go merchandise the stores on Sunday because of blue laws. Stores were closed on Sunday. And so I found all these little notes behind the bar. Back in 15 minutes, back in 20 minutes. I thought, my goodness, why would somebody leave the store who's working here? It's such a small store, and I have a bathroom and a kitchenette in the store. So I found out that the young lady had several callers during the day from the Kiesler field. So when I shut the store, I brought the bar back to New Orleans where it should be, and we have fun with it. The gentlemen can sit here while the ladies shop, look at television, or we have some sports books they can look at. But the bar is kind of a fun part of our store.
Who decorated this with all the signs and the little cars?
Oh, it's just a collection of stuff, you know. And a lot of people who worked for us, and different awards that we've gotten along the way that are kind of tucked in. People who visited. This is Tom Jones and Judge Eddie Saber. Miss Benson. And some of our brides bring pictures. This is Cheryl. She worked for us as a student from Xavier and eventually became store manager. And she lives in the Northeast now.
Aww. It's sweet that you've decorated with picture frames of loved ones, and it feels very homey.
Mm-hmm. It is a big closet. Mm-hmm.
Who decorated this?
If you've lived in New Orleans, Canal Street was just the place to go. You get dressed up and go visit all the stores, and I worked for pretty much all the stores, from Gus Myers to Krieger's to Maison Blanche to Gotcha's to Holmes, all the way to Krauss. And I just enjoyed studying retail.
What about retail do you love?
I think making people happy, giving them confidence, showing them how they can look good. Because everyone can look good. You just have to find the right thing for yourself and wear it with confidence. You know, I don't pay the girls commission because I really don't want people to be pushed into something that really doesn't look good on them. I think a lot of places do that, and it's wrong. The customers should be very satisfied and leave happy with her purchase, not just today, but in the future. Enjoy it for many years. At the bar, we have some of the sports books. My husband represents Joe Namath, and they do celebrity golf tournaments every year. So these are some of the books from their celebrity golf tournament and different books about Joe.
Lines are making me laugh so much. Be nasty and you can stay. Like, this is so funny.
And This is an interesting picture. Joe Namath came to help celebrate my 12th anniversary of my store. So with his number 12, he came to New Orleans to celebrate our 12th anniversary. And I was pregnant for my first daughter there.
Oh, that's you. Oh my gosh, I didn't even recognize you at first. Wow. How old were you here?
Let's see, I was 34.
I love your outfit. What are you wearing in this photo?
It is a two-piece fringed outfit. It's brocade and has fringe on it. And I wore it for my wedding ceremony when I married Jimmy.
Wow, fabulous.
It's an award that I got. In 1981, I got this Amita Award that was presented to me in New York, and it was for business. It's my husband and Leroy Neiman on a visit. Fashion awards. And Cabrini, where I went to high school. I was Alumni of the Year one year. It's an award I got from LSU from the curriculum that I was in. It was the fashion merchandising curriculum, the honors. And so when I changed the name of the store from U Boutique to my name, Yvonne Lafleur, I felt it was essential to incorporate New Orleans because I think the store is part of one's memory when they come to New Orleans and shop. And so it was very special, and it was designed so that you could have the New Orleans and a very fancy logo. And it goes on our bags, our shopping bags.
And why did you pick that font? This
We experimented with different things, even a freehand that I did. And so this is what they developed.
Gorgeous. And that's the violet flowers. Beautiful bags.
I love whether it's a simple silk suit that you wear for church on Sunday or to a wedding, or a beautiful gown, Mardi Gras, weddings, all kinds of beautiful events in New Orleans. The experience to come in the store rather than order it online is very, very important. It's a couturier experience. You get the garment fitted on you perfectly. This is what we do. We maintain 3 seamstresses in-house to alter all of our merchandise free of charge. We have done this since we've opened the store for 55 years, because I believe if you buy something, you should walk out of the store with the garment looking perfect on your body. Very important, not to just buy it because it looks good on someone else's body. So the fitting is everything. And of course, it involves our party clothes, our tailored pants, because if you're not 5'8", you probably need a little bit of shortening. And most importantly, our wedding gowns. We are the only store that totally services our wedding gowns. We hem them, we bustle them, we steam them, we give them to you perfect. Whether it's a simple silk suit that you wear for fragrance, right now we are marketing our candle and our lotion. It's a wonderful duo. Special gift item, and with it we're including a little purse-size spray for your vanity, for your purse, your evening bags. Contains our fragrance. And our candle is a wonderful, luxurious thing to have, especially when you're taking a bath. And you should burn your candles no more than 2 hours at a time. But it's a wonderful, luxurious gift to give someone. A nice hostess gift. If you get invited somewhere, it's very hard when you bring flowers because the hostess has to immediately arrange them to look grateful. So the candle becomes an easy gift to give. So keep that in mind. And the packages, the lotion and the candle, are wrapped separately. So if you wanted to keep one thing for yourself and give the other one as a gift, you could have it in your gift closet. If you get invited to a bridal shower, remember our beautiful Irish linen handkerchiefs that are hand embroidered and hand drawn work. They're quite a collectible for the bride and something that would be sincerely appreciated and very hard to find. If you get invited to a bridal shower, remember, our knit collection is just absolutely very special. It's the same fabric that St. John used for years. We've been doing these knits since the early 80s. They are made in the United States, and they are custom made to your size and your color specification with a couple of week delivery or even sooner. This one I particularly love because it's our tuxedo dress. So if you get invited to a black tie event, as I did, it's a great thing to sit at a table with the men in tuxedos and you and yours. Our cashmere is really just so luxurious. We have the cashmere robes, long and short, and they are a great addition to your wardrobe, something you can use year after year. And then we also do the warm-up suit to go under it. It's nice. Perhaps you're going skiing over Mardi Gras. This would be nice to bring with you to wear in the lodge. Comes another. Our cashmere sweater is a wonderful gift for a lady. If you love me, keep me warm. Cashmere. If you happen to have a pair of our beautiful kid gloves, these are from Italy. They're just absolutely the finest. You want to take good care of them so they last. And what you do is those old-fashioned ink erasers that are kind of a grayish color, they will get a little spot off. If you happen to get a little makeup smear on them, cornstarch overnight, dry, and then the next day lift it gently with masking tape. And you should be able to take care of them. And as soon as you finish wearing the gloves, you can drink with them, remember, but you cannot eat with them. So if there is a supper dance, fold them up in the plastic bag that you have, put them in your evening bag, because if you don't do that, they may get confused with the napkins as you get up to dance. Bye-bye. Well, I just got back from New York. 2 days of wildness, shopping for spring, summer, winter, whatever else. It was freezing cold, almost as cold as it is here today. But I had a lot of fun just seeing all of my vendors and merchandising the store, more clothing. And New York is always a very exciting place for me to visit. And on one of my New York trips, going from New Orleans to New York, I met the man I'm married to. So Delta did it for me.
Did you meet on the plane? Or?
Met on the plane.
Hey. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And who made the first move? What did he say?
It was a very bumpy flight. And so I was kind of afraid. So I went and sat next to him. And he was kind enough to offer me a ride to my hotel, which was very nice. And then I bumped into him again on the day before New Year's Eve in New Orleans. And he said, I'll be back in New Orleans in a couple of weeks. Can we go out? And so that was how it started.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Do you remember your first date?
Oh, absolutely.
What did you wear?
Well, we went to Broussard's and had a wonderful time. We were there with associates of his. He was in the shopping center business at that time, and I wore a beautiful silk dress.
That's sweet. Oh, amazing. What a lovely story.
Mm-hmm. This is from our wonderful knit collection, and I have it on in a dress form. It comes long, and it comes with a pant outfit. It's the ultimate ladies tuxedo. Very, very comfortable, wonderful for traveling, made to your measurements, any size, and proper length, everything. But our knit collection is just absolutely beautiful. Things you won't see anywhere else except at Yvonne Lafleur.
Really good. What size are you wearing?
My 95 pounds. I have an extra small one.
And how much are the
knits run from $5.99 up, so they're very nicely priced as investment pieces, and the color range is wonderful. This is our color wheel, so it's a great thing to match up maybe a special piece of jewelry you have. Wonderful to wear to weddings, wonderful to travel with, but great investment pieces. And this is our most basic dress, $5.99. It comes as a capelet, and you could wear it as a peplum or as a plain dress. Great basic addition to your wardrobe. 30 colors.
30 colors.
And it can also be done full length if you'd like it as a formal length too.
They look very comfortable.
Wonderful to travel. All of these ball gowns need to go home with someone. Maybe it's you. This is one of the beautiful invitations for the social season this year. This is Aris. Aris is a female crew, and this is their gorgeous invitation, which has an animal theme. And the theme is, they all ask for you at the soup. Isn't that beautiful? So I collect the invitations. I think that they're just little works of art. Often people come to New Orleans and see the floats and think that's all that, but there's so much more behind Mardi Gras. And there are organizations for all types of people, all types of involvement in the community. And it's just really a lot of fun. This particular organization is all female, and they have all male organizations. And then, of course, we have Rex and Comus. Those are our Mardi Gras day balls. And so there's a lot of gowns, and of course, the white long kid gloves are appropriate. And again, we alter them all free of charge. There are fun balls like Bacchus and Endymion and Orpheus, which are Mardi Gras weekend. And don't have the pageantry of some of the other balls. But ladies collect their ball gowns because they wear them year after year for the different events. Many people go to 5 or 6 balls in a season. So they might buy one new gown for the year and then just kind of invert their collection. I package them in a zip bag, and on the bag there's a plastic little section, and I tell them to put a list of where they've worn it and when. Different themes, and socially it's how the debutantes are presented in New Orleans. So there are many organizations that present their ladies, whether they're a children's Mardi Gras organization that is for the young ones, and then gradually as they are seniors in college, they become maids, perhaps a queen. But it's a wonderful thing to celebrate when you think, where else after New Year's is there such a fabulous social season? Places to go, to get dressed up. It's just very exciting. And then it goes on into the Easter season because it ends on Mardi Gras Day, the day before Ash Wednesday. And then we go into our Lenten season. It's a religious celebration and goes all the way through Easter. And then we have Easter parades, Mother's Day, Kentucky Derby. So there's always something going on. Balls have different last-minute invitation for a fabulous Mardi Gras ball. We have fabulous gowns in stock right now. So they're nice additions, and perhaps your dress from last year doesn't quite zip up after the holidays. You may need a new gown. Mardi Gras colors. Lots of fun. Last minute invitation for Mardi Gras. Cashmere socks. Go great with your tennis shoes. Comfortable. knit collection for Mardi Gras parties, for luncheons. Get yourself a pretty hat and a new dress or a new suit. Our Mardi Gras cashmere socks go great with your tennis shoes. So we're going into March, and how do you feel about dressing? A really good way to segue into the summer before you buy and wear all your linens is to consider doing a very neutral color ground. And I would suggest a little wardrobe of black and white, navy and white, maybe a little bit of ivory in there, and kind of blend those neutral colors, which will be very good as basics in your wardrobe and very pretty to entertain in. Because I think after Mardi Gras, we do a little entertaining at home. And we do our flared pants. We have them in crepe now, in navy and black. And then this is our new organza shirt that you can wear as a shirt, or you could wear as a cover-up on top of a dress that may be sleeveless or whatever. But it's a nice little piece with the pockets and everything else. Comes with its own camisole too. But I love the so black and white theme throughout the store. And this is a fun piece. It's actually a two-piece dress. You have a capelet and a strapless dress. This would be great to bring on a cruise. Lots of fun for dancing and moving around. And just happy piece. That's for my knit collection. Slightly off-white concept in our lace blouse. And this can be worn again as a blouse, tied at your waist or out. Great for entertaining. I think when you're entertaining at home, you want to be able to move around and move freely. And this would be very comfortable and look nice as a hostess look. Remember, this Sunday night, we are having the Oscars on the big screen at the Britannia Theater. And if you'd like, there's a costume contest, so you can put on your ball gown and make like you're going to the Oscars. But it's a wonderful way to view the Oscars. It's this Sunday evening at the Britannia Theater. You can buy your tickets online, so come to the Britannia, see you there this Sunday night for the Academy Awards. Remember, this Sunday night, we are having the Oscars on the big screen at the Britannia Theater. And if you'd like, there's a costume contest, so you can put on your ball gown and make like you're going to the Oscars. But it's a wonderful way to view the Oscars. It's this Sunday evening at the Britannia Theater. You can buy your These are our basic jeans. And they're not bright white, so they're very nice for this time of the year. And nice with a navy sweater, nice with a black sweater, nice with a blouse. They're beautiful for the season, and we're showing this with our seersucker blazer. This is our beautiful crepe pant, and this will substitute what you would have worn velvets for. Also comfortable for entertaining. Just a wonderful travel pant, navy or black. And we alter free, remember, so just bring your shoes so we can get the correct length for you. But this is our new fabric in our magic pant, navy and black. So we're getting ready for Kentucky Derby, and if you're in for Mardi Gras, you might want to have your Kentucky Derby hat made. And a lot of people don't actually go to the Kentucky Derby, but there are many fundraisers for Kentucky Derby parties. So a lot of people will get dressed up, and on Friday, the day Friday of Kentucky Derby weekend, people wear pink. It's encouraged. So we do a lot of pink hats, trimmed with pink, whatever else. And then Kentucky Derby itself. Remember, our black and white could be smart for that. For the very large hats. And whatever you choose, we will send it direct to your hotel also, so that way you don't have to carry the hat on the plane when you're traveling. I love the big flowers. So remember, you can sit down, come have the hat made, and just be all ready for your next big event after Mardi Gras, Kentucky Derby. I do believe the black and white is a good concept, or navy and white, or a little bit of ivory for the season to kind of segue into spring. These are some of our spring dresses starting to come in. Beautiful floral prints. They're fun. It's a little early to be wearing these. You know, we're still in February going into March. So that's why I strongly suggest the black and white concept. But we do have beautiful dresses to start thinking about for spring. Sometimes it's a little warm, so the dresses rather than suits have become very practical. And the prints, the softness of them. The femininity, the wrap dress. While I do believe the black is in stock right now, they're pretty for rehearsal parties, for moms. Yeah. Black and whites we love. A bit of a cocktail dress, dinner dress, great for traveling. This is white. This is beautiful for a mother to wear for maybe the rehearsal party or even the wedding. A lot of the weddings are black and white now, with the bridesmaids being in black, and this is beautiful together. It's our tailored shirt in silk with her skirt. Very classic look. Again, our black and white. It's just a clean look, nice for this time of the year. This can be made in solid all-one colors. It can be eliminated. This can be eliminated, and the shoulder piece is just an add-on. It's really a strapless dress. Black. This collection is ours exclusively. It's made in the United States. Each piece comes in many colors. For instance, this can be done in all royal blue, can have that eliminated. This can have without the skirt flounce, but made to measurements. And these are beautiful for your very special event. And this, you often see this kind of sleeve, but it's down to there. This is 3/4 length so that you can eat with it and be comfortable. And with the two-piece, it's particularly nice because you can put the top with a knee-length skirt or perhaps palazzo pants. And if you buy something long, you know, we do alter-free. We encourage you not to keep it in your closet long if you don't wear long dresses. You can always bring it in July and have it shortened to T-length or knee-length so that it can become part of your dinner wardrobe or dress-up wardrobe. That's one of the services we offer, the re-alteration of our lengths. This easy outfit to wear, great for traveling, wonderful for rehearsal parties. This could be done with a beautiful hat for Kentucky Derby also, and these are priced at $279. And we have them in many, many colors. The nice thing about the two-piece is that the jacket can be worn on top of anything you already have to give you sleeve coverage. And the dress part can be used as a tunic with an overblouse on top of it. So great for traveling to kind of mix up. It does come in solid black too, so again you could do your black and white concept with a tunic. Each of collection, and the fabric starts out as Irish linen. This is called drawn work and then embroidery. And the handkerchiefs are all beautifully made. This is a keepsake. It's a wonderful gift for a godmother, a grandmother, or whoever to give at a bridal shower, and to have it maybe personalized with the date. Sometimes the girls do one for mom and one for mother-in-law as a little gift from the bride. But they're a beautiful bridal handkerchief. And I use my handkerchiefs, you know. And each one is rather special. They're just beautiful. And they can be made into a little cap for the baby, for the firstborn too. Lots of use with your handkerchief. Handkerchief collection. This is a very simple bridal garter that I do. The lace is French, it's little hearts. I got this lace in Calais, and I make this little garter, so a combination of the garter and a hanky is also a nice gift for a bride. Sometimes you get invited to a lingerie shower, and this can be a beautiful gift, not too personal, but very special for the bride. This is a very simple bridal garter. Fun with this. It gives the girls a chance to come try some on. And they have small ones, larger ones, and this one is great if you need a touch-up. You can kind of do it on hairline. And they're wonderful gifts. We gift wrap them beautifully. We have a lot of fun with this. It gives the girls a chance to come try. If you're coming to New Orleans for a leisurely weekend, consider the Parkview Hotel. It's right next to Audubon Park, right on the streetcar line, so you can walk to the store about a mile, or you can hop on the streetcar and get off at streetcar stop 299 to visit our store. And when you stay at the hotel, you can kind of walk around Audubon Park, which is beautiful. So you might consider that. If you're coming to New Orleans for a leisurely weekend, consider the Parkview Hotel. Let's talk about let's talk about gloves. This is an antique glove cupboard, so I maintain a nice inventory of gloves. This time of the year, people are coming in for the leather opera length gloves. And opera length is just a name for 16 button length. That's what these are called, 16 button length. 8 button length is below the elbow. 16 is your opera, which is kind of even with your bust. And these are made in Florence, Italy. And it's our beautiful leather collection. So you can wear them to the Mardi Gras balls. You can wear them with the formals. Some brides even wear the leather gloves. And we do the opera length gloves in a couple of different fabrications, because the leather is very pricey. So we do them in the charmeuse, silk, and they are the opera length, and they have the little buttons also. They're beautiful. We do these also in black. And we do the opera length in a jersey and also in a shiny satin. And if you want the gloves, the opera length gloves cut to 8 button length, we can do that also. This is one of my favorite scenes. It's a swamp scene that Colette Pope Helmer was known for. And so when I was growing up, I just used to visit her paintings. She used to show kind of in an alleyway on Bourbon Street. And her husband was Newt Helmer, and he is a very valuable collectible also. But this is one of my Colette Pope Helmers, and I have 2 others. These are in the rose tone, and they're just kind of swamp scenes. And I always think that this might be where I retire. And I love them with the sistrum and the moss and everything. They're just so moody and beautiful, very relaxing to look at. Often when I get photographed, they want to photograph these around me because to them it looks like Louisiana. In the dark. These are my patterns, and this is called a sloper. So a sloper would be a size range of the merchandise, and this is how you lay them out. This is called a cutting ticket. And in the 70s, I had my own factory in New York, and then gradually I was invited to mainland China to do production. So a lot of the merchandise is my own creation and definitely my own brand. And it's a concept I put together of just an evolving look of fashion, what people want. I try to maintain very good prices, though. People think our prices are very high, but they really aren't. Our wedding dresses are $2,500 and under. We do the debutante gowns in the bright white. and we alter all of them free of charge. I opened a boutique in 1969, and New Boutique was the original name of the store. I had $10,000 to open the store, to renovate it, to carpet it, everything else, and buy the initial inventory. And it was a very exciting time. It was all I ever wanted to do. I've loved retail for years and years. I actually loved working in stores, so I would have been very happy to just work in stores, but just happened to have the opportunity. My last job offer was assistant to Sally Kansas at the Bridal department at Krieger's. And from that, I decided to go and open my store, but that was my last job offer. So I kind of had a heart in bridal. You know, that's where I would have gone if I had stayed working in retail for one of the major stores. And so far as having a family, I think it's very important to realize the dream of your career with your education, establish your career, and then gradually add your children to the mix. And I was very fortunate to be able to have 7 children and have wonderful people help me. I always say there were angels helping me because I don't drive, so they had to be driven to school and everything, and I was just very fortunate to have people help me. I had one lady, Millie Brasso, for over 20 years. She was our live-in nanny Monday through Friday, and really took care of the children and nurtured them. And we had assistants for her because we did have 4 within 4 years, so it was a very busy time. And it's just been wonderful to have it all. And then I'm very fortunate that my husband allows me to work like I do, because I do work 6 days a week in the store, and it's my passion. If you follow your passion, follow your dream, then you never work any day in your life. When I opened a boutique, and when traveling, I'm always on the run, so I must get off the plane and just immediately go to work. So I travel in my work clothes, which is what I wear to the store. My knit collection is wonderful because you can sit in it. I often travel in the evening, get into New York very late at night, and ready to go the next morning for 8 o'clock for a first meeting. So the knits work well for me. And I think it's so important for us to dress nicely on the airplane. People have gotten so casual since COVID with sweatpants and all. It's nice to look your best because, remember, I met my husband on a Delta flight.